Today's topic is fermentation. Okay, welcome inside to our cozy and slightly chaotic house. And I'm going to show you the ferments that we have going for today, day 13, and then I'll go somewhere quieter and talk about why we do ferments. So we regularly consume beet kvass, which is fermented beets. We also make kombucha regularly, which is fermented tea. We currently have some fermented carrots, which the kids aren't crazy about. Sometimes they have a really nice pickly flavor. This is our jar where we put pickles. So we ferment cucumbers, and we've been working our way through this jar of fermented garlic. Also, up here in the cupboard, we normally keep our sauerkraut, which is currently in the fridge, I think. So, one of the most famous ferments, fermented cabbage. Some ferments I'd like to do more of in the future would be fermented ketchup, and it's salsa, which I've made before. I've just kind of gotten out of the habit. Hey guys, Elizabeth, the curly-haired country guy here. So those are the ferments that we normally do, and that might sound like a lot, and it is, and I hope to do even more in the future. Because like it says here in the Healthy for Life book, fermentation is a great way to increase the vitamins in vegetables and other foods, and it makes the minerals more accessible. It was a couple years ago that I learned that with cabbage, when you ferment cabbage, I believe that it increases the bioavailability of the cabbage by like 1,000%. So bioavailability would be how much of the vitamin C, for example, your body can actually use. It actually makes it so that your body can use more, like get all the good stuff out of the vegetables or fruit or whatever. Plus, it's a great way to preserve food, which is awesome. So here in the book, they call them super raw foods. Well, my screen was so bright. Sorry, I just shut it up a little bit. And I also believe that it was Amy Mahali at Be Well Clinic who introduced me to this idea that when you're talking about vegetables, the worst way to consume them is if they have been canned, because that destroys most of the nutrients. The next best way is to eat them cooked. And I think she said the next best way would be to eat them raw, or at least the ones that aren't really high in oxalates and other things like that are hard to digest. But the best way to eat vegetables is lacto-fermented. So on this spectrum, that's the most nutrient-dense way, most easily to digest, and they're super easy to make. It takes a few days on the counter, but all you have to do is put the vegetables in water with whey or salt or both. And as it says here in the Nourishing Traditions cookbook, that if you use whey, you don't even have to use salt, which I actually didn't know until I was reading that just today. This mentions a couple times that it's an anaerobic process to have the fermentation happen for that bacteria, the lactobacilli. But I actually don't stress too much about making it anaerobic, so it's one of those really forgiving processes, which I think is why I love it so much. I'm over halfway there.
Yippee!
And so thanks for coming along. It's been nice to have the accountability, knowing I'm going to be making the videos to help me kind of stay on track with the things that I want to keep eating, just for general health and to get to a good, healthy weight. We'll see you tomorrow.